Today we're going to go ahead and review a book called High Tech Heretic: Why Computers Don't Belong in the Classroom and Other Reflections by a Computer Contrarian by Clifford Stoll. A little bit about the author before we begin. Clifford Stoll is an American author, teacher, astronomer, and programmer. He is a well-known dissenter of the hype around computers and using them in the classroom. He has written 3 books: The Cuckoo's Egg, Silicon Snake Oil, and High Tech Heretic. He is credited for one of the very first instances of digital forensics. He tracked down a KGB hacker and provided law enforcement with the information in order to find him and apprehend him. So, as you can see, he's very familiar with technology and working in computer and data systems. So his book aims to answer a couple of questions about computers and our school system. Some of the main questions are: do computers belong in our schools? Do computers and the internet offer any type of special learning opportunities? And in the words of Stoll, no. His book is a critique of schools, administrators, and the public in their rush to depend solely on computers when it comes to teaching. Teaching in the classroom, teaching online, all the forms that teaching takes. While reading this book, I began to analyze certain questions. He questions how diverting students with computer exercises fosters understanding. He cites horrifying instances of schools shortchanging true pedagogy for machinery they're not properly equipped to use. He argues that technology becomes obsolete faster than educators can become fully trained to use it. He also asserts that the curriculum really hasn't changed that much, and even though lots of computer buffs state that PCs can keep the curriculum current, he argues there's no need for that. He detests online learning, instead favoring in-class learning with the help of a teacher who would help students learn how to think critically. In many of the chapters, he states that we're missing the human component. He argues that we use the term computer literacy as a blanket for computer use, but in all aspects of this term that I've ever read, his definition is much different. In terms of computer literacy in the 21st century skills, he differs greatly. His definition of computer literacy is simply being able to use the backspace key, shift in order to capitalize words, and being able to work a couple different programs such as Excel. This, in my opinion, is nowhere near close to the term computer literacy that is used by most teachers, most administrators, and, for that matter, employers. I find it interesting that his view should be so negative when he is credited as being one of the first digital forensic pioneers. This is a person who knows a lot about computers and understands how they work. So, in my opinion, he would be the opposite. He'd be at the forefront of pushing to use technology in the classroom. And in his book, he uses the ETS report, which is a survey, to support some of his assertions that computers do not belong in the classroom. But the book does not contain a bibliography, so as a reader, I was not able to fact-check many of his other assertions, and, in my opinion, removed my ability to think critically on the subject. All I was getting was one point of view. I need many points of view in order to think critically. In conclusion, I think that Stoll leaves out a very important factor when we talk about using technology in the classroom. Technology does matter to academic achievement. Technology can positively or negatively affect development in the classroom, but it really just depends on how this technology is used. So while he says that teachers aren't being adequately equipped to use the technology, well, then we need to find solutions in order to help them do that. We needed to find solutions in order to help our staff or our administration in schools use these tools as, they're not going away. They're going to be here for a long time. And the technology is only going to get more fast, it's only going to get more complex and harder to use. And our students do need to learn how to use the backspace button, but it's more than that. And I think that the book really fails to point that out, that it is needed. Technology, you can't live your life these days without technology. It just depends on how you use it that will be the benefit to our youth.